Hey guys, welcome back to Still with Sarah. Today's episode is one that I'm really excited about to record because it's about leadership in its purest form, awareness, empathy, and truth. I'm joined today by two incredible people, Josh and Lisha, the founders of Empathy Empire, a movement dedicated to reawakening consciousness through knowledge, energy work, and the heart. So, their work begins together with the teachings of a lot of different things that we're learning of the Bhagavad Gita, Neville Goddard, Napoleon Hill. I think it was the Tao Te Ching, the Kabbalah, Tree of Life, etc. And even as recently as mental science from the last class I was able to attend. But breaking down ancient wisdom into practical understanding in today's world, which I think is very few and far between. It's a rarity that we see these days. So, together, we've shared experiences through our Empathy Empire boot camps, and we're even planning something very special that we'll talk about later in the episode, rooted in connection, awareness, and the collective mission that we're all a part of. So, Josh and Lisha, welcome to Still with Sarah. I'm so honored to have you guys here. And
Oh,
yeah,
Thank you
wow.
for the intro.
That was so good.
yes. Thank you. I'm trying.
Oh my God.
Oh,
You are meant
gosh.
to do this for real.
Man,
You're
this is
made for it.
Thanks. This has been like a dream of mine since I was like really little. Me and my mom would listen
Mhm.
to talk show radio in San Diego. It was like, I think it was called Star 100.7, Jeff and Jer in the morning or
Mhm.
something. And for like 30 minutes every morning, we would listen. So something I've always really
I used
wanted
to
to do.
listen to Tom Joyner morning show every morning on the
Oh my
way to the
God.
community center. My dad used to run a rec center.
Hmm.
It was every morning. It was just the norm
Yeah,
Yeah.
to
same
listen to Tom Joyner morning
for
show.
me. It was time, him, and then we had Rocket and Teresa in the morning in Kansas City. And on the way to school, that's who we're listening to. We like you like know these people, you know their voices, you have no idea what they look like, but like you're like they're like part of your daily life.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That's so cool. I love that we all share that too. So, for those that are new to your work, how did Empathy Empire begin?
Oh, such a good question. I went through a really hard time mentally, spiritually in my late 20s, mid late 20s. And I I went on a hunt to figure out how to feel good. And what I found was that I'm on a spiritual journey, just like all of us, right? I first came into that understanding and I dug and I figured out how to essentially walk the path to feel better on purpose. And in doing that, I started living a lighter, more loving life. And one day it just hit me to build something called Empathy Empire. I didn't know anything about business or anything. I was like, I'm going to make shirts and they'll have cute quotes on them and people can come to me for resources and I'll just do that and it'll be great. Never sold anything, never did anything like that. But what I did do is I got online and I started just talking and I connected with people. That's how I got a podcast invite to host a podcast. That's how that happened because I got online and was talking with people. And some time went on, and then I ended up connecting with Josh online,
I love that so
who
much.
was already doing the
Alignment.
things,
Yeah.
already doing the things. And once we got together, it was like I had Empathy Empire and he had everything Empathy Empire needed. And we put it together. And I was like, this is like, it was like someone told me half of a thing and then told him the other half. And it was like, you'll meet eventually. And that is, it has been an adventure of us figuring out how we serve people. And that's
Yeah.
where we're at.
Yeah. That's the story.
Yeah.
I love that. I like highly resonated with your logo too, because like 333 is something that I resonate with, and then elephants and stuff too. So I remember like I think when Josh came up on a live or something like that on my FYP, and I'm like, this guy is speaking facts and like in a way that people can understand. Let me listen a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And but
Yeah.
you're very authentic. Like you're not gonna sugarcoat shit, which I highly respect about you.
Thank you.
because it like we need to hear these things in these ways to fully understand, to awaken. And I think that that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing is like people will walk on eggshells, or they will, fabricate it and make it like all like
Yeah.
butterflies and rainbows, and it's like that's a
Yeah.
part of it. But there's
Yes.
like
Yeah.
it's so much deeper than that. It's a tip of the
Yeah.
iceberg.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of my wanting to tell the truth came from me not hearing the truth when I was younger. So I really wanted to
Mhm.
just know what the truth was. Like somebody just tell me how to find it, or do you not know? Do you really know? Like just tell me so we can get on with it. But the adults around me, I mean, I was only 6, 7, 8 years old. The adults around me just
Mhm.
would not tell the truth. They wouldn't tell me the truth. So that's where I realized, wow, and it really, I felt it set me back. So I really wanted to be the person who, if someone wanted it, I could tell them the truth
Yeah.
as far as I know it, so they can find out for themselves. So that's really where that came from.
Yeah, I definitely resonate with that too because I had a very similar path like growing up. I'm like, these people are not speaking like what they're saying. What they're doing is different than what they're feeling. And then they confide in me, and I'm like, you're confusing me. Like,
Yes.
what? Like, can you
Yeah.
just not like mean what you say and say what you mean? And then I got into the corporate world and it was even worse. And then I was in
It ain't
leadership, and
fine.
I'm like, y'all call this leadership? And I'm the one that's going to like all of the classes. I'm learning psychology. And then I started getting interested in quantum physics. And that's when I really started to seek out like a lot more knowledge and read books, and a lot of the stuff that we've talked about in our classes. I'm like, wow, that's actually really refreshing that we're
Yeah.
able to touch on these things. And again, like you breaking them down in a way that is sometimes even like, holy crap, I didn't even think of it that way, but also
Yeah.
rehearing it after I awaken certain parts of me, I just hear it
Uh-huh.
differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yep.
100%.
But I think I've learned too along this journey is waiting for people to ask for the information rather than trying to like shout it out from the rooftops and like wake everybody up.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
like a lot of people go through that in their journey, like the self-realization. Because
Hmm.
when I first had like my part of my awakening and stuff was I wanted to tell everybody, like,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
you quickly learn you are not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You do.
yeah.
Nobody wants to hear what you have to say.
Nobody at
Mhm.
all. You sound crazy. And you're like, why are you guys not listening to me? Like, I'm trying to tell you what's
Yeah.
going on. And they're like, we actually don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a humbling experience too,
Yeah.
because you think because you had such a crazy, beautiful experience that everybody wants to hear about it, and they don't.
No. And they're
So,
like, "What are
it,
you talking about?" Because it makes
Yeah.
sense in your head. And
Yeah.
then you're like, "Girl, I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay." Because it's their
yeah,
experience. But that in it of itself, us embodying like what the change that we want to see in the world, shifting that into conscious leadership is the topic that I've kind of been talking about this month. So,
mhm,
how do you each define conscious leadership, and how does that differ from like traditional leadership models that we've all been conditioned by?
For me, conscious leadership is all about leading from the heart and letting the mind be like your counsel. It starts with integrity, values. Why are you doing what you're doing? What is the intention? And it's about evolving also. There's a humbleness to conscious leadership to be able to say, I don't know, or I'm learning this. I'm not perfect. I am also on the journey. I'm also having a human experience, essentially. So for me, it really starts with that raw honesty with yourself and then with the people that you're leading. Because what is the point before that? That's really what it's about for me is integrity is a really big one.
Oh,
Integrity and authenticity.
yes,
Yeah, for sure.
absolutely.
Because if you don't have those and you don't have an understanding of those, your ego will come in and do a lot of things that you didn't actually want. And it just puts you in positions that puts you further back than you would really like to be?
I think conscious leadership for me would be, I had, just to give a background story, I was running a company where I partnered with Sam's Club, Costco, Menards, Best Buy, Fry's Electronics, and that was in predominantly a sales industry, telecommunications. So it had nothing to do with spirituality or consciousness. So, but when I was in the leadership roles, I realized leadership and conscious leadership is not that different. It's not that different, with the exception of one thing, which is wisdom.
Mm.
It's the only difference between conscious leadership
Mm.
and leadership, because leadership is people will follow you. Okay. If somebody's following you, you're a leader. Okay. Does it make you a good one? No, not at all. But if somebody is following you, you realize they're following you and you make decisions with them, with the fact in mind that they are following me and they're going to copy me,
Mhm.
then you are a conscious leader from that point. It's
Mhm.
just I'm cognizant that other people are going to do what I'm doing.
Mhm.
And I'm going to behave and act and move forward and make decisions with that knowledge in mind. I know they're going to do it. It's just like having this kid, this baby girl right here. She's going to do what I do. She's not going to do what I tell her to do. She's going to watch me and be influenced by everything I do and the way I move and what I say when I'm not paying attention.
Mhm.
She's going to pick up on that. So if I'm a conscious leader, I'm paying attention to the fact that that's how she's going to follow me. That's how other people are going to follow me. What if I did it would make the biggest impact on their lives and align with mine?
Mhm.
That's conscious leadership, constantly having that in mind.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how I'm defining it.
I love that. What misconceptions do people often have about what it means to live consciously?
They think it's a one-time thing. Like you wake up and
And
that's
that's it.
Facts.
that's the one thing people really believe. They think you just wake up, that's the end. You are now awake, and now you lead people, and they are lower than you, and you're higher than them, and you follow. That's a huge misconception when it comes to leadership. Like you arrived somewhere.
Yeah, like I'm at the top of the mountain. What?
That's where
I'm
like
standing right
your
next to you.
ego takes over, and then you have
Yeah.
this like superiority complex, and then
Definitely,
it kind of just goes and snowballs from there.
definitely.
Yeah.
I agree with that too. I feel like empathy is it's one of the biggest things that I saw that there was a lack in leadership was empathy and compassion,
Definitely.
and like approaching things with curiosity rather than judgment and
Mhm.
fear. And that was like my experience in a lot of stuff, especially again, the higher up that I got in my career. I was in the banking industry, especially in the payment sector, and wanted to talk about innovation and crypto and Web3 and DeFi and all that kind of stuff and trying to be innovative and have new ideas. But parts of leadership and stuff didn't really want to hear that. They also didn't really want to understand that the world is changing and we need to change with it and
Mhm.
evolve and be innovative. That's kind of the inspiration behind of what this whole series was about, was that I really wanted to talk to people that are leaders and are huge impacts in my life that I feel are
Mhm.
great leaders that can, talk about it, cuz you guys lead by example. Like Josh says like in our boot camps too, that you guys learn along with us. And I'm like, I appreciate that so much, because exactly from what you just said was that, it's not just like about checking a box and getting that instant gratification and being like, okay, I accomplished that. It's like, no, actually, I reread that again and then it opened my mind up to something else.
Um,
And then you
Yes.
share
yeah,
it and not gatekeep too, which is what I highly respect about you guys as well. So,
Yes.
absolutely.
That is
yes.
Josh's it's like his, I don't know what the opposite of like villain origin story. Once he like found out like information is being hidden from people, he's like, I'm telling everybody.
Yes. Yeah. I'm
Yes.
telling.
Yeah.
I'm telling. I just found this out and I'm telling everybody.
Mhm.
And I gotta test it out for myself first. But once I do that, I'm telling.
Yeah.
If I see something,
Yeah.
I feel
But
that.
thank you for acknowledging that we are
definitely
examples,
thank you.
because as a conscious leader, you do have to pay attention to that. You have to humble yourself to the process that is life. If I just, like you said, people are going to look at what we're doing. Why am I doing that? That's why it's so important to ask those questions. Why am I doing what I'm doing? do I think this is a good example for my daughter, for the people who are paying me money, for the people who think that we are leaders, who see us as leaders? Do I want them to see these things, or do I just want an ego boost?
Right.
That's a huge
That's like a
difference.
constant,
Yes.
and it's not a one-time question. It's like
It's
on a
always.
regular basis. You have
Mhm.
to check in with yourself, or things get crazy very quickly.
Especially
Very
if
quickly.
you are a spiritual person. Like,
Yes.
I think that there's a leeway that you can get when you are unconscious. When you're unconscious, then you do get the opportunity to just make money and not think about anything else,
Very
because you
true.
don't have any conflict of integrity. Like, you really think that's the way. But once you wake up to another world, then you can't do that without knowing you're lying to yourself. So it invites this conflict in your brain, which makes you go higher.
Yeah.
It makes you go to a higher level. And
Yeah.
that's what I realized about that. But if you
Completely
just make
understand.
money and that's all you do, and you have no conflict in your integrity, do it. Go ahead. But once you realize what's really going on and where people are being misled into, then you have to do whatever you can in your lane
Mhm.
to mitigate that problem.
Yeah.
If you see it, and that's what I would say conscious leadership is. Just doing what's supposed to be done. Filling the gap that's there to be filled. Because nobody else is doing it and you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, very, very simple. And I feel like at some point we're going to see like even bigger shift as time progresses. It's our commitment and dedication to being able to embody that and
Mhm.
kind of just cause that ripple effect, you know? Well, I do want to segue into the boot camps because I would love people to know about them. They have changed my life tremendously. My life has enhanced so much since I've met you guys. And I remember like I think the week that I finally decided to join like your first boot camp, my life just was like going crazy. So I'm like, okay, obviously there's something awesome here that I'm about
Yeah.
to jump into. So I've personally experienced your Empathy Empire boot camps, like I said, and they're unlike anything out there. You guys really do have a gift. And like I've said, it's to me, it's like one of my dreams come true of like if a Harry Potter school or anything like that ever existed, sign me up now. So the fact that like this actually exists is a dream come true for me because you guys take knowledge from all corners of the world and make it understandable and usable again, which is something like I said, it's not out there. Can you share what inspired those boot camps and like how they came to life and kind of explain like the vast range that you explore with us and stuff, like the inspiration behind that?
I'm gonna be honest, we were kind of just doing stuff in the beginning because we were doing meditations. We started that a year ago. Josh had always like done groups and things like that. And it was kind of like nice group, we meditate together, and then it kind of like dissipates. And so when we got together and we saw like the pull that we had on people, they kept coming in and they would ask us questions, and then it was at a time in our life when we really didn't have anything. We were trying to figure it out, and it felt the best in our life.
Yeah.
So we kind of went further into it. And Josh was doing readings. He's a great astrologer. He does amazing readings.
I love
Thank
when you
you.
go live and you start talking about it. I'm like, I'm right there in the chat
Yes,
asking questions. I
so
love it.
good. And I did not like astrology, horoscopes, none of
You
that
did
before we
not
met.
care.
I was like, I know I'm a Libra, and that's it. That's enough. That was it. But so we did those, and it was like, okay, people really like these. These are really good. And then I think Josh had the idea to like do a boot camp, invite
Yeah.
people that had done readings to do a boot camp. And it was like an experiment. And the feedback that we got,
It was crazy.
it was crazy. And it was really based on Josh's brain and his knowledge. He is just a resource of spiritual mental science knowledge. And we just we saw people's gaps, like he said, we saw gaps and we just started to fill them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And one of the biggest gaps I saw was this. Being a reader, being a consultant of any kind, you will see the people come back with the same issue. over and over and over again, and they have
Happened to
not
me.
changed. It's challenging, right? Same with us. So when you get the same issue and you come back with the same issue, I ask myself, okay, what's the missing ingredient?
Mhm.
They'll come and get the information, but what's next? They don't have anywhere to actually apply and implement it into their lives so it integrates into their behavior. So
Mhm.
that's where really the 30-day boot camp came in mind is, okay, what if we give them a place where they can implement
Mhm.
and ingrain this in their DNA at a deeper level so that they can really see change? Because that's the real point. I
Mhm.
don't want to be a popular hit of dopamine. Okay, that's not what I'm trying to be. Is just make you feel a hit of
Entertainment.
dopamine and do nothing else,
Yeah.
right? I'm trying to get you to actually change because it feels better.
Yeah.
But it's no way to change if you do not have immersion.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
a 1 day thing, a one-time, one-off reading, that's
Mhm.
cool. It will not change your life. But 30 days, 60 days, 90 days of first principles, changing your thought process to think better about yourself and think more accurately about the world. You can't help but to see miracles happen in your life.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's where the boot camp idea came from was let's give people something where they can use the knowledge they have up in their head. Let's get it from here, put it in their bodies so they can actually move.
Yeah.
That's where that came from.
From all of that, what types of transformations or breakthroughs like have you witnessed from participants within the boot camp? I mean, I know you guys have a plethora, but
My God.
I just to name it like some of your favorite ones or things that have like
What's some of
been
your
really
favorite ones?
impactful or
Honestly, I'm a heart person. I'm all about I want people to feel good. Money and material things, it's like, I hope you get it, I guess. But I want you to feel good. One of the ones that like really made me cry, I won't say her name, but it was after the first boot camp, or it was in the first boot camp. She sent us all a message and she said, y'all, I had to stop taking my prescription pills because I'm pregnant. So I had to quit cold turkey. And for the first time in my life, I feel like I have control of my thoughts.
oh,
And when she said that, it just opened up something in my heart.
start
Like, and
sobbing. Yeah.
literally, I cried. I cried because I didn't expect that. And I can just imagine the relief that she felt
Oh my
as
God.
she typed that, as she realized that.
Hmm.
Um, that's from the first boot camp. There's been things that have happened that are huge and we all just like roll over it like okay on to the next but we've
But
had
it's miraculous.
yeah like
We have people, and I like, first of all, I want people to change. I'm just like her. I want people to change at a fundamental level.
Hmm.
But I
Mhm.
also want people's minds. See, I'm the mind that takes you up. She's the heart that opens you up. I want you to see what's possible. So some of my favorites is one girl who had a debt. She needed to pay off the debt. And then second week of boot camp, she gets a $20,000 check to pay off the debt. No, that's one of my favorite ones is that $20,000 check. And then
That was cool.
when one guy
Yes.
who comes in and he just had this challenge with self-doubt,
Mhm.
and he comes into the boot camp and he cried tears on like the second, third day. Like, I can't believe what I'm feeling, what I'm experiencing. He get line of credit for his business, he get a biggest sale of his life, but it was more he changed
Yeah.
and transformed. We had people who in previous boot camps, like a long time ago, healing boot camps, we had people bringing their kid had cancer in the lungs, and 30 days later, he does not have cancer. How you make that up? One girl, she was in a group 3 months or so, and she wore glasses. She doesn't wear glasses anymore. Her eyes were restored. Stuff like that that you just cannot believe is true. That's just some of the stuff that happened in the boot camps that just blow my mind. And sometimes it's so miraculous that people just don't believe it. It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
It really happens.
A lot of times too most people I feel like this is like a consistent where the people around them start changing
Yes.
like they start saying different things and
The kids, the
yeah their
husbands.
energy starts to shift and people are like I don't even talk to my family about what we're doing here and they're like using the language and things like that. So the fact that people can see the change in other people other than themselves
That's
Mhm.
amazing.
is huge. It's huge because that's one of our big goals too, is to help families, because the kids are the future, right?
Mhm.
Like we are a third of the way out. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
so it's the kids that we really want to impact. So the more parents that we can impact, the more kids we impact. And
Yeah.
it's
And
huge.
I always love it too, like when we're on our boot camp calls or 365s, like we'll see some of the kiddos and stuff, like just listening to
Yeah.
Josh, like, okay, taking
Yeah.
notes, you know, and
Engaged. I love it. I love
I
it.
love what you guys are doing so much. For
Thank
people
you.
that are curious, about joining, what can they expect to feel, and like how should they get in contact with you if they are interested?
What you can expect to feel is you can first expect to feel like you finally have your people. That's the very first thing you'll experience is
I will
I
say that
actually have
yes,
found
Yeah.
you have
1000%.
found your As first is you have found your people.
Mhm.
That's what you will feel. And it's because just people who are like each other recognize each other off the first day. That's the first thing you experience. The other thing you experience is a sense of hope, like you can do it somehow.
Yep.
You may not know every way how, you may not know all of the details, but you do get a sense of hope that there is something to this universe. There is something to this that I've been studying. There is something to this. So you'll get that experience. And then hopefully, if you persist, you will experience a transformation. And you will be different for the
1000%.
rest of your life. You will never be the same.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there's definitely that coming home feeling. I think in one of the interviews we did with one of the members, she said it's like she's in life and then she comes into the group and she gets charged. It's like it charges her up to go back out into life.
I could
And
agree with that.
I thought that was such a great way to describe what we're doing, because it does the same thing for us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It like
It
boosts, it's like an
energizes you,
energy boost.
yeah.
Right? It's like we're like a power plant all together,
Yeah.
where we all come, we power up, and then we go back out into the world to like
Yeah.
be love and light. But you can find us, our site joshandlisha.com is up. There's three different options on there. There's the reading, there is a boot camp, and then I think we have an option for like a discovery call on there,
Yep.
Oh,
a free
cool.
discovery call. Just to see, because we don't want you to be in something where you're like, I didn't need this fully. Because some
Right.
people don't want group
Right.
community. They
Right.
just want, they're in their zone and they're trying to do their thing. So
Yep.
that is where you can find us. And then you can
joshandlisha.com.
Yep. And then on TikTok
I'll put
is,
it right here.
Josh and Lisha.
I'll
yeah,
put it right here in
Josh.
this little area.
Okay, cool.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all the socials and stuff, I'll put them right here.
Yeah. And we're working on building up our YouTube.
I'm
we
excited about
I
that.
people
haven't
have been
been on those
asking for
lives yet,
YouTube.
but I look forward to it.
I think people like them. So we're gonna keep doing that, and you know us, we're gonna keep evolving and figuring out what people like best, how we can best serve. So
And I think what I really love about our group too is we're really good about giving like feedback. It's like, hey, this works. Hey, I like this. Really nice to be able to like we feel like we're like building it with you. And
Yeah.
I love being able to like feel involved and
mm,
in addition to having that sense of community, because like you said, like finding your people, it's really challenging to kind of like find that out in the real world sometimes,
Yeah.
you know?
It is.
And it's so funny that ever since like joining y'all's boot camps and stuff, it's aligned me with more people in my life to where
Mhm.
even now I met someone, we literally mirror each other. Except for like she has two kids and I don't, but our journey with being able to grow into like self-love and knowing our worth and choosing ourselves and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, how oh, that's really interesting. Like we were literally talking the other day and I'm like, "Have I met you before?"
that's
Yeah.
so real.
Yeah, it's really cool
Yeah.
cuz I haven't been able to like fully experience that like in, a while, but I've been experiencing that more and more as I,
Mm.
kind of awaken to some of this stuff and then also recalibrate myself to consistently learn because with my Dory brain it likes to wipe clean sometimes and I'm like, I know I learned that. I gotta
Yeah.
read it again or I gotta do like level 3 training
Again.
stuff, which is
Yeah.
by the way,
Again
if
and again.
if you guys do join level 3 training is game. So just
No,
saying
literally.
it puts
It
me
really is.
back in a good headspace and also just want to shout out Lisha. She's building her own website, which I think is awesome. And I love that there's like tracking and stuff too for some of the stuff that we're looking at. Cause sometimes like I would forget where I left off at. So it's really
Yeah.
helpful for
Oh,
me.
more impatient. Yes.
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 Uh-huh.
We needed more structure. And the site is very new.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
Very new. But
So
thank you for that.
yeah, absolutely. I did want to ask you guys because I know originally when we first talked about getting together on a podcast, we really wanted to touch on a really cool thing that we're doing in 2026. Do you
Yeah.
guys want to share what that is? Because I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. That's all y'all. So I will hand the mic
Yes.
to you.
So it's just so funny because all of this stuff, just one thing rolls out of another. In April, we are meeting in person in the Smoky Mountains for our first retreat,
Yeah.
which is crazy to say.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
we're
so
meeting in our
excited.
retreat in the Smoky Mountains. It's gonna be 2 or 3 days in the Smokies. We're gonna have total immersion in physical person, and we will do a collective meditation there for our group for the next year and set the tone for the next year and for everybody in our life. And when you get together in person, it is a different experience, especially in an environment like the Smokies where the energy is different.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
cry. I already
Oh
know.
my goodness.
Me too.
Oh
As
my
soon as
God.
I see you guys.
Y'all know I'm gonna cry.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited.
I cannot wait to see.
I'm so excited. And I love how excited everyone is. 'Cause it's like there's some people like, I've never done something like this before. And
I
it's like
haven't.
this is amazing. Like I love the fact that we are creating new experiences for ourselves, for our business, and then for people
Mhm.
that have never had this opportunity before.
Yes. 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 It just feels good.
And it's exclusive. We don't have a bunch of it's not like a money grab. Like we want as many people as possible. We
It's for
want,
our community.
yeah,
Yeah.
for
Yes.
the experience. Yeah. I'm so excited.
I know we're all excited. I'm so excited. And like I'm not like a nature girl at all. I love glamping, which is aka like
Okay.
hotel, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I know for this too, I think it'll be a really cool experience for meditation, like out in nature. Just from the
Mhm.
experiences that I've had with connection and grounding and stuff, I feel like it's going to be so peaceful, but also just very like eye-opening in the sense of like, wow,
Mhm.
this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, let's tap
Right.
into this a little bit more, But I think,
Yeah.
like you're
Yeah.
talking about the firsthand experience, I think that that's something that gives us even more motivation too, because it's like,
Mhm.
that's cool. How do we like how can I like enhance that a little bit and strengthen that
Yeah.
like muscle, so to speak? What's the deeper like energetic or spiritual purpose behind gathering conscious leaders in nature like this? I know we kind of like talked about how it kind of came about and stuff, but
Mhm.
going into 2026 and doing this.
And the monkeys on one island started to do it. They don't really know if it was 100 monkey or 1,000 monkeys. They don't know. But once it hit the monkeys on one island started to do it, it hit a critical mass in the ether or in consciousness or in the field of intelligence. And all the monkeys on all the islands started to do it at the exact same time.
Mm-hmm.
There is a spillover into consciousnesses of other people who are like you to start to feel and vibrate the same way you do and your group is after it hits a critical mass. So our goal is to create a critical mass of higher intelligent or higher consciousness, higher empathy people so that it just spills over and naturally starts to happen in younger generation and the
Mm-hmm.
people in the world. And that's the goal. So when you get people physically together, there is a kinetic connection. It's a physical. Now you can be anywhere, it still works. But when you are in a physical place, you create a mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
It's a third mind. If two minds get together, it's made popular in the Law of Success in 16 Lessons by Napoleon Hill. put two minds together, there is a third mind that appears that is more powerful than both combined together. It's really a completely different, it's like a different person
Yeah.
that acts on your behalf to execute vibration, execute thought, execute intention. So when we get physically together, can you imagine what that's going to be?
I'm just saying, with my experience of Mastermind now, and then that, I am excited. I am
Yeah.
so excited. Because
Yeah.
if for me, just like for my soul, like that I can contribute to something like that, to where
Mhm.
we're able to help on a bigger level, like sign me up, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
And
think a lot of people in the, sorry to cut you off.
no, I was just gonna say, like, and I mean, that's what I'm all about. So
Yeah, and I think in like the conscious space and the people, because we're online, we're not like special in that way. There are other people. We struggle to find, okay, well, how can I help? What
Mhm.
can I do? A lot of times I can just be online and talking about spirituality. We
Mhm.
want to go past that. We
Yeah.
want to really bring people in, make them feel like they are a part of something, because they are.
Right.
Like you said, like, I want to be a part of something like that. We know people do. And if we can trailblaze and get a head start, then more people can hop on and really feel like they're coming into their purpose, feel like they're coming into a calling of doing more for the world, essentially,
Mhm.
and their fellow human beings. So,
Yes.
1000% agree.
I want people to realize what power they have. That's what we
Yes.
want. Power is not ephemeral. It's not some kind of like something that you can't experience, know what it is. It's very scientific.
Yes.
yeah.
If you put a specific amount of people together, it creates a specific effect that spills over into everything else. And that's what we just want people to realize, what power you actually have. You are not a victim. You have not come to earth to toil for a couple years and die with nothing. You didn't work for somebody. You didn't come to earth for that. This is for you to experience the next level of energy, the next level of your life.
You know, a lot of people, and I had realized this too when I was relearning the whole thing with Mastermind. I'm like, what? Do people not realize we actually do this at work every day? Our meetings, our group
Unconsciously.
think, group think.
Yeah.
Hello. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's the kind of like not being able to see it or consciously be
Yeah.
aware of it. And then when you are, you're like, wait a minute. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I've been able to accomplish a lot, and they've been using I can do that myself. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. And then, you see it from like a whole different viewpoint, and then
Yes.
it makes you move differently. And I think for me too, once I saw that, I couldn't unsee it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But then I felt like I
Mhm.
had a duty to learn it even more and be able to master it so that I can help.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? Because it's just
I do.
it was the
Yeah.
same thing with you, Josh, where you're saying, like, you're like, when I found out, like, I was pissed, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like utilizing and alchemizing that energy to be able to like serve and help and do
Yeah.
what we need to do instead of, just being like volunteers tribute. I am a theater kid. I definitely have had those moments, but I think as we like continue with what we're doing and stuff and experiencing the things that we do, I'm just so excited for like what like the future holds and just new things that we can figure out and realize together as well, because I
Yeah.
feel like every single time we're in one of our meetings, there's just the energy is insane, but also just what I experience afterwards
Mm.
is
Mhm.
crazy. And so it's just proof
Yeah.
that masterminds are real, and they work
Real.
Yes.
Real.
Yes.
when
Which is,
applied
and then the
correctly.
one thing I want to say something to people who watching. You only need one other person.
Yeah.
I want to be clear
Me.
about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
You only need one other person to create a mastermind.
Hmm.
So you don't need to create 50, 60 people. And if 50, 60 people want to come, the more the merrier. But
Just
you only
amplifies it.
need one other person.
Yeah.
That's it, under one thought. And that creates another energy that is powerful beyond both of you.
Mm-hmm.
So all you need is one other. So create a mastermind with one person, especially the person you with, if possible.
Yes, I
It
think
makes a huge difference.
I've noticed that too in my own experiences, like with like really close friend or with my boyfriend and stuff. Like we've seen stuff happen, and I know y'all are mastermind too, because it's really cool to witness just on a day-to-day basis. Like I can't really explain it better than that. Like you kind of have to go through
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You have to
So
stream your whole life for people to see.
sometimes I wish I would just like Renesmee. You could just see, I guess, touch her
Yes.
face,
Like, I'll
and you
show
could just
you.
see my whole life. Yeah. One of the things that I really wanted to ask, just because I'm curious for myself as well, because I feel a lot of people's energy all the time. I'm very sensitive to it. So, how do you protect your own energy while holding space for others so deeply?
That's a Lisha question.
Oh, that's such a good question.
Yeah.
It's such a good question. I started off in mental health. So working in mental health, it is definitely a challenge to not do that, to not take in other people's pain, their problems. That's actually what really started me on my struggle in my own mental health, because I was like, I can take it all. I'll take all everybody's pain at work, at home, all of it.
Mm,
And it's just not feasible, especially I was unconscious. Like I wasn't aware of anything really. So that's number one. If you don't have any knowledge of the spiritual path, or that this is a journey, about the divine and knowing who you actually are and how we're all connected, you're gonna struggle. I will say one thing that did help was I would always do what was called a debrief. And it wasn't like a complaining, but it was just talking about what was going on, what I had learned, how I was working with clients. And that really helped. I was really big on teams, because you can't do it alone. Like,
hmm.
just being honest, doing it by yourself is so hard.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of mental health professionals struggle because it's not something that you can do by yourself. But now that I have come more into the understanding that I create my reality, I'm in control of my mind and what goes on, it's it's even getting rid of the thought that I need to protect my energy, that I need to protect what I have going on, and letting go of the fear that something outside of me is even going to be able to control or interfere what I have going on.
Hmm.
It's about taking full ownership and responsibility for your experience, and understanding that people do come to you for a reason, and it's not for them to cipher your energy. That's not actually a thing. People come into our lives and we meet people for a reason. We connect for a reason. There's the magnetism, law of attraction, right? It's at all times. It's not just sometimes when we want the relationship or the money. It's literally at all times. Like, we magnetize this interview,
Hmm.
this podcast, right? And so understanding that when you make something an enemy, then that's exactly what it is. If I make other people needing my help or asking me questions the enemy and something I need to protect myself from, that's exactly what it's going to be. Something that I need to protect myself from. But I think, as far as boundaries and things like that, I do think there are lines. So we run a business, right? Empathy Empire is essentially a business. We cannot give full one-on-one attention to everyone,
Oh, yeah. Oh
anyone.
my God.
Even though
With
we
all the
both,
people in our
Oh, we
group.
would
Oh my
love to.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I would go
would love
crazy.
to, but
Ooh.
it's not feasible. We have a family, we have each other,
Right.
we have the group that we can do group time, but individual time, if that time is not being paid for, you can't access our energy. It's not about the person's energy, it's about our energy. So we focus on, yes, how do we serve people, but also knowing how valuable our time, our energy, our help is. I think
Yeah.
that is
I will
important.
also say this. Thank you for that, because that was so good.
Thank you.
That was so good. But also, I would say, just from that scientific point of view, the one way that the society's taught to protect energy was mastermind. You go back to really the same principle. If you have a mastermind where you're getting energized all the time and your thoughts are just supreme
Yeah.
because you don't have conflicting vibrations around those people, once you do get around a group of people, after a while, if you're trained in it, you get around people, you can easily hold space because you're just in a higher vibration, period.
Yeah.
Just the way it works. Like you just
Yeah.
show up that way.
I
So
agree with that.
it's very easy. It's very easy for you to be with the person and understand where they are. Just observe them and let them be where they are
Yes.
without jumping in, without needing to explain something to them. Just realize what they need probably right now is just somebody to listen to them. So that is easier if you have a mastermind that you consistently connect with.
Yeah.
For sure.
I agree with that so much.
If
If each of you could leave our listeners with like one truth about conscious creation and leadership, what would it be?
You are an average of the top 5 people you hang around, even if they're dead.
1000%.
Yeah.
That's so
That's
accurate.
Just simply get around people who are happy
Mm-hmm.
and stay around them until you're happy. That's what I would say. And model them until you're happy. And that's how you create. It's through a mastermind. It is through, first of all, you know what you want, and then connect them with people who have what you want and know where you are. That's the beginning and almost middle and end. It's like really does most of it. So you are the people you hang around. And I will also say, just a caveat, you are making a mastermind with people unconsciously every time you're around them physically. So think about the people who you just allow to be around you
Mm-hmm.
all the time. You're creating things with them. Even if you never talk to them or barely talk to them, you're creating with them. So be aware of the 5 people you hang out with the most, even if it's people in biographies, because those are people. That's what I would say.
That was good.
Facts.
Okay.
Straight
Yes, I'll go
facts.
next.
I'm about to say, I was like, you have to follow that, Lisha. Dang.
I know.
Hit the nail on the
No,
head with that one, though.
Right. That's so good. That's so true.
Mhm.
It's so true. You, on this path of creation and leadership, you have to know that you cannot be at effect to things outside of you. You have to know you are the cause or be coming into the understanding that you are the cause. You cannot rely on things outside of you to give you the things that you're looking for. It is something that you create within yourself. And honestly, it feels the best. And that's really, at the end of the day, I really need people to know that the feeling is what you're looking for. It is a specific feeling. It is for you to know that and for you to realize that you create that. You don't get brought that by something outside
Right.
of you. You create it internally, and then stuff that relates to it will come to you.
Yes.
That
Yes.
is, I think a lot of people need to be told that on a regular basis.
Yes.
Yeah,
because it's really hard to hold on to that because all of this stuff is so real. Like,
And we don't get taught it outside of us.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we're conditioned to literally react to things outside of us because that's what everyone else does. That's what we were programmed and conditioned to think and do and how and act and all of that.
Yeah.
So it's literally just deprogramming, and then once you build all of that knowledge and apply it and actually put action behind it, like
You said it.
yes,
You
the
said it.
action is the
You said
biggest
it.
piece of it. It's like the action
Yeah.
activator is what I think of. So yeah.
Yes.
Yes, you have to apply it. I love that you said that. You have to apply it. And that's what we are so big on.
Huge.
We don't want to just be teaching people and giving you definitions and pictures to look at. We want you to take what we're doing and go do your thing. Like you, Sarah, like you started your podcast. You're like, I'm going to do it. I'm here. And everybody's like, hell yeah. Because
Yeah.
that's what we're supposed to be doing is our thing. We don't want us teaching to be your thing.
Yeah.
We don't want the group to just be your thing. Go do your actual thing. This is our thing that we're doing. That is one of our biggest things. We don't want to be famous or whatever.
Yeah.
Could go on. We want the stuff to be applied.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think I think Josh, you said this in one of our classes and stuff too.
Mhm.
When you're talking about you can have all of this information, you can know it, and your teachability index will be 0, and you will absorb and apply none of it. It doesn't
Hmm.
do you any good if you don't use it.
Right.
Like that's
Exactly.
the
If
and
you
I
know
think
it
that's
and
the
you
biggest
don't do
battle.
it, you don't. Yes. Yes. It's
Yeah.
so hard. It's so hard
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
because you don't know you're not doing it because you feel so good.
Yeah, it feels good to like learn the new thing or get the concept even deeper. It's
Hmm.
like, yeah, it's like that little dopamine tricks you into thinking you just did something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
The biggest thing too, that I've worked on with myself too, with the discipline of it, but like making sure to take care of yourself every day to put you in that good state of mind, and
100%.
make sure that you're kind of like on that vibration and stuff, because it's very easy to slip very low and get frustrated or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
in the
It
world that
is.
we're in with instant gratification, like sometimes that program will come back up and you're like, well, it's not happening, I guess it's not working.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not having trust and faith in what you're doing,
Yeah.
and having that law of care, you know and
Yeah.
just again, just like applying all those things, um
Yeah.
to be able to actually have it come true, so to speak.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And then people are always like, oh, you're so lucky, or oh, like that happened out of nowhere. I'm like,
So
you have
funny.
no idea. You
Right.
have no idea.
Right.
You
But
it's funny. The lucky word is hilarious. Because
I have
hey,
been told that
I
my
am
whole
lucky.
life too. When I would
I'm
randomly win
lucky.
stuff, I'm like, no, I manifested the
Yeah,
crap out of that.
exactly.
I call that.
Exactly.
Hmm. Did you guys want to add anything else?
I just want to remind you, please, there is a way in which this universe works. It is also simple.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You do not have to know all these things. That most things are unimportant. There's only a few important things. Focus on the majors, major on the majors, do not major on the minors. Do the priority first before you do second priority, and stay on the main thing. You want to feel good. That's the only thing I want to tell you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just want to feel good. Keep the main thing the main thing.
Yeah. Keep the main thing, the main thing. That's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Understand what you want. Really, really think about what you want. We have come across a lot of people who say they want money, and most people don't want money. It's like a trick that everybody thinks
It's the
that they're supposed
illusion.
to want. Yeah.
Yeah.
And from running boot camps and working with people one-on-one and in groups, people don't want money.
You really
If
don't.
you are listening to this and you think you want money, ask yourself more questions, because more than likely you don't want money. You want what
Mhm.
you think money is going to get you.
Yes.
Mhm.
You want the feeling
There
behind
are
it.
some people do want money.
They do want money, and you
So-
can see it because they're getting it.
Yeah.
That's what you see. They are creating it.
Yeah. So that is what I realize what your actual goals are.
Oh yeah.
Really pay attention to yourself. Yeah.
I agree with that too, because I think when I had first started like your guys' boot camps and stuff too, I was like, I know my goal, but do I really know my goal? Like kind of peeling back the onion layers and getting more specific of like you were
Mhm.
saying, and it for me it just had harbored down to the feeling that I wanted to have, and that just
Mhm.
loops back to the whole thing. So,
Go back to feel over and over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm so glad that you guys got to come on the podcast and chat with me. And as this whole thing kind of evolves, love to branch off into different types of segments and series. So I would love to eventually at some point open it up to our people in our boot camp and talk to them about their experiences, and really try to have people see kind of just from a little preview of what we experience, to
Mhm.
really kind of open their eyes to what we're doing here, and then how we're
Mhm.
all getting led to the Smokies. So
Yeah,
So excited.
I'm
And we're
so
so proud
excited.
of you, Sarah.
I
Thank
know
For
you're
you.
you
doing
to be doing your thing,
Thank
doing it
you.
it's huge, because I don't know if you know, but a lot of people are not doing their thing.
right.
They're just talking about it, or not even to the point where they're talking about it yet. So
Oh,
kudos to you for moving the actual ball.
oh,
Doing it.
thank you. And I think, I it took me a while to get there. It really did. And I had fought with myself up here constantly
Hmm.
of what I wanted it to look like and figuring out the how when that wasn't my job. And I know I like first started off a certain way of what I wanted to do, and then as I kind of dug into it more, I'm like, maybe I want to go this way. So I'm figuring out my own journey, and I'm just very grateful that you guys helped me kind of catapult myself into it too, because I was on that same boat of talking for years about doing this and never doing it.
And now you're doing it. I love it.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
it.
To everyone that's listening, may this conversation remind you that empathy and knowledge are the keys to building the world that we're all meant to live in. So I would just say stay grounded, stay open, and remember that you're still here, you're still growing, and you're still with Sarah. So thanks, guys. Anything else
Thank
you
you
guys want to
very
say
much.
before we sign off?
We love you.
We
Oh,
definitely
love you
love
guys
Will.
too. Just thank you for
Thank
everything
you
you're
so
doing,
much.
man. I admire you guys so much, and I'm just excited for what we're going to continue to learn on. I know I got some classes I got to catch up with because this week has been
Yeah.
insane, but I'm really excited to transcribe and get going so I can get back on
Fine.
board.
Yes.
Yes,
Yep. We will be posting those soon. Our
awesome.
technology problems.
Yes. And for everybody listening too, I'm going to put right here their socials, their website, all the information that you guys need to learn more. If you need to contact them and stuff, if you guys too want to get involved with one of our boot camps and see if it's a good fit for you, put it all there. So with that, just thanks, guys. And I know Azara is like passed out. You know, it's just nap time for
She
her.
tried.
So
She tried to stay with us.
yes.
We didn't learn.
She's out.
She's out like a light, man. All right. Well, thanks, guys, and I hope
Fine.
you enjoy the rest of your day.
You
Thank
too,
you.
Sarah. Love you.
Bye. Love you.